I will say this because you said gender roles are a social construct, and I disagree with that because I mean we're on Rumble, so I'll just say it. Women are inferior to men in almost every human endeavor. If we're going to be all the way honest, women suck at most things, and men excel and beat them at almost everything. That's the truth.
Thank God we're on Rumble.
Yeah, I mean,
thank the Lord we're on Rumble.
It's literally the truth.
This is why I wanted to change over Rumble.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have said that on YouTube. But the reality is that yes, like let's keep it 1,000. Men are better than women in almost every single human endeavor besides being able to deliver children and being able to raise children from infant age.
What about emotional intelligence?
The fuck is that?
Define emotional intelligence.
Yeah, please define that for
Okay,
us.
so emotional intelligence is being able to be in touch with your feelings.
My feelings.
Yes. That's important. Yes, it's very important.
Well, notice how I said almost every human endeavor. Not every single human endeavor, but most of the things that matter for the creation of civilization, the preservation of civilization. You know, women obviously are important for the furtherance of civilization, right? Because you guys carry the next generation of children. But the reality is that men are better than most things at women. So the reason why I say all that is to set up the stage, because you're saying gender roles are a social construct. I would argue gender roles are more of a biological construct of who is actually in a better position to lead society, protect society, and be able to provide for society. And 9 out of 10 times, it's the man. You look at all the modern conveniences that we have, all the first world things that you enjoy, such as water, a police force, electricity, etc. It was all created by men. Women don't invent anything.
Y'all may be the lock, but we are the key.
Huh?
Stupid. It's actually the other way around. Men are the key and women are the lock.
Yeah.
But y'all can't do it without us. Y'all can't do it without us.
You guys just take, so you can't be.
There's no man without a woman, no woman without
that's
a man.
just the reality.
It's a balance.
So men are better than women at almost everything, which is why men a lot of the times end up in infrastructure jobs, leadership jobs, jobs that are dangerous, jobs that people don't want to do. It is what it is. I'm not saying that like men are better than women from a human standpoint, like I have more value than you because I'm a man. No, I would argue it's the other way around. If the ship is going down, women and children first, right? I think a man should provide for a woman. I do think that women are precious and they need to be protected, but at the same time, they don't provide as much value as men to society in general. That's just a biological fact. That's not even like, yes, you guys provide children. Absolutely, that's important. But men create society for those children to thrive. We work better together than apart. But women try to sit here and say, oh, no, we can do everything a man can do. No, you can't. Because if you did, you would be. I mean, nowadays, women are more educated than ever before. Why are women still not entering certain job markets?
Because of people like you, because of the society. Expected to raise children at home, or they will be judged by people like you.
Damn, she going on you, Mara.
Look,
I told you.
The thing is this. Please explain this to me. Why is it that, and let's go ahead and take maybe Holland or one of these Scandinavian countries where it's the most equal, right? Because you guys are ahead of us when it comes to egalitarianism. Women are more educated in these places. They go to school. They dominate college attendance, etc. Please explain to me why women still, despite the fact that they have more education and everything else, they still go into job fields that are more socially based. Nurses, social workers, but that's what I'm trying to say. They still go, despite the fact that things are as equal as ever, they still choose to go into certain job fields over others. What I'm trying to say is this. It's not that women are held back from certain job titles. It's that women don't want to do and have those job titles. Women don't want to do hard, laborious work. That's just how it goes. Women typically don't want to do work that involves science, technology, engineering, and math. Women are more interested in people. Men are more interested in things. That's just how it is. So even in your part of the world where things are super equal and liberal and progressive, women still choose to go into those jobs that are more feminine in nature. Teachers, social workers, nurses, all these jobs that deal with people, social, like anything that has to do with social welfare. Women typically go into these jobs versus men will go into jobs that are more dangerous, that are more taxing, more physically laborious, right? They go into the trades more. So I don't think that women are being held back. If you applied for a construction job, they would probably hire you over a man who's better than you because they want to go ahead and get females into that workforce. I would argue the other way. If a woman goes into a job field that's dominated by men, she has a way higher likelihood of being hired.
Maybe, but that...
So who's holding you back then?
Yo.
no one is holding me back. And I am a social democrat. There are a lot of women in politics. There are a lot of women in leading positions. So I don't really know what you're getting at.
That wasn't my point. My point was that
there are a lot of male teachers. There is a lot of different genders in every.
Yes, but women absolutely dominate certain job fields, and men absolutely dominate other job fields, and there's a biological reason for that. That's what I'm saying.
The biological part is questionable.
I know you up with mine.
I've made the point before. You know what I think.
What do you mean the biological part is questionable? Men are physically superior to women. That's a fact. In every single regard.
But when men go into war, for example, it's the women that take up all the positions, and the society still survives.
What positions? Ukraine could use some soldiers right now.
Yeah.
Don't.
But the women are at the fucking club dancing while the men are dying.
That's true.
If we're going to be honest.
Day clubs, nightclubs.
Yep.
The men are the ones fighting while the women are getting fucked in Poland. If we're going to be all the way a million.
The gates are
Or
fiery.
the men are absolutely dying. Where are those women in war right now?
If you're so adamant, why do you go fight them?
Well, she's not Ukrainian.
Yeah, she's not.
But no, but if you want to support the cause, you believe in that so much, go fight them.
I donate to Ukraine.
No, not donate. I mean fight.
Why would I fight?
Yeah, why?
It's not in. Yeah, as it's not my physical.
No, prove them wrong. You said you're just as capable as men. Go fight them.
Mentally, to perhaps be in a
Yeah,
leading
mentally,
position,
be like, hey,
but
stop.
not physically. So
Hey,
I
stop.
cannot fight.
So if a guy's in front of you and he just squares up like this, you're going to beat him mentally? You're going to think more?
stop.
I'm going to think
I'm gonna think.
and
We
beat
don't
him in
live
the
in a
fight.
Strategy.
Professor X.
We don't live in wildlife anymore. You know, we're not monkeys.
What was that?
We're not monkeys. So I think
They call me
intellectual.
monkey?
Monkeys?
How dare you?
Oh, she called you a monkey,
Call
Fresh.
me a monkey?
She called you monkey, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Well, just so you know, actually, no.
Yeah, I should call you a monkey, nigga.
I'm just kidding.
All right, what, so wait, what are you saying? So you're saying that
Humans are superior to animal kingdom. That's
course.
what makes us human. That
Of
we
course.
have our own thoughts.
we're still
and
animals, though?
intellect and nature, but we're past that. So I feel like
For aliens.
That's
He's a
just the
lawnmower.
reality.
Fresh, are you a lawnmower?
I mean, I would argue that's here's the thing. We're still subject to natural human tendencies. For example, let's go ahead and use the Ukraine war as an example, right? Obviously, there's some political tensions, etc., and they can't talk anymore. So what do human beings regress to when there's no more talking? Physicality, right? That's a very natural and primitive thing because human beings want to conquer and control and leadership and dominance, etc. So even though we're civilized, we still typically regress to primitive states in times of economic turmoil or war or whatever. So right now, it's a very primal thing going on between two different countries fighting each other, and in that fight, the women are nowhere to be found.
it's not a physical fight. There are drones that are led by women that are.
Yeah, but the majority of casualties are who?
It's not about the casualties. You are
Wow.
talking about
Human
who
life
leads the war.
is so important to you, huh? Human life?
He's devil's advocate.
Yo, whose man's is this? What's going on right now?
The casualties matter because whoever has the most casualties is losing the war. They absolutely matter.
No, I was talking about who are women and men. You know,
Yeah, but the majority of soldiers fighting and dying are all men. There's a reason why Ukraine will not let men leave Ukraine, but they let the women leave. The women all went to Poland or they went to Western Europe and they're, hanging out, partying. There's literally women partying in Kiev right now as we speak. And the clubs, the dudes are nowhere to be found. They're dying.
And Miami.
There are also women dying and being molested in these camps. They're forced to because they don't have a home.
Who are the majority
To
of
go
victims?
to.
Who are the majority of victims in this war?
In the scene of war, men maybe, but for example, a lot of
Absolutely, it's not.
correspondents
Maybe.
and
That's not even a
journalists are
question.
women.
Oh, wow.
They evacuated the women within the first week of the invasion.
There
The
are
women left. They're gone.
They gone.
Most of the women left in the first week,
It's like,
but
fuck
the
that
men
shit.
had to stay.
Period.
Do you think they're having a great time being gone, being in a strange environment with an?
I'd rather be at a club kind of crying with some pina coladas.
I know, right?
Than being now get shot by a fucking Sergey and some pina colada. Yeah. You know what I mean? Chilling in the rain. Chilling in Warsaw. You know what I mean? Hanging out because that's where a lot of these Ukrainian women went. right?
Oh,
Or in
yeah.
Miami and stuff. They went over there to Western Europe and they're chilling. Meanwhile,
Well,
Listen,
The
we got
Ukrainian
two
men
on the
are
show,
dying.
working at Club 11, chilling.
but and fresh mind.
you know how many Ukrainian women I've met in Miami? Yet I
Yeah.
haven't ran
Recently?
into one Ukrainian nigga, man.
Yeah, recently, yeah.
It's true. I haven't run into one Ukrainian dude, but I've met a bunch of Ukrainian chicks.
Bro, like the past month, we had about at least 4 or 5 of them on a panel.
Yeah.
The past month, yeah.
Like, that's not even a question. And that's a conflict right now. That's a war. And we have all this technology, but still, who's fighting in the war? It's the men. Even with all this stuff. Yeah, there might be a few women flying drones and stuff like that, but the reality is who's flying most of the drones? Who's dying for most of the drones? Who's doing most of the on-the-ground combat?
And I
the
guarantee
men.
you they're far away, not on the battlefield.
Who are the pilots? The men, not women. Like, come on, man. We just got to be honest here that, like, the reason, and this all goes back to this. Gender role is absolutely not a social construct. It's a biological reality. Women are attracted to certain things in men from a survival standpoint. And these things that women are attracted to in men, a lot of the times, are traits that make that man superior to that woman. Height, taller, more money, more competence, more strength, more everything. Women don't look for a guy that's like on their level. You guys want it better. You might say, okay, I'm okay with being equal with a guy, but I doubt as you get older, you'll still have that belief system. You know, you're 20 years old, right? You going to college. Ooh, liberal, yeah, feminism. I promise you, as you get older, you're going to realize how the world really works. And once you understand how the world really works, you're going to see, okay, it's probably better for me to adhere to my gender role. And anytime you're in a poorer country or you're in a country where things aren't as stable, the men are more men, the women are more women. The men are more masculine, the women are more feminine, because they understand that's the best way to survive. The man goes hunts, woman stays back, because women are going to, a lot of times, can't hunt to the same capacity as a man. They don't have the strength, the endurance, etc.
And it's okay.
And that's fine. I'm not shading on it. I'm just saying I think that's the most optimal way for us to thrive and survive. And that's how we've done it for literally centuries.
And is it working for you? You are so disappointed in the modern women. So obviously it hurts you, the
Yeah, we
dynamic of it.
No, I'm just acknowledging that we got to where we are now with first world countries and electricity and all the power and all these modern conveniences through the leadership of men, not through women.
He said
There-
we ain't do shit.
I mean, when it comes to social, when it comes to, like, you know, social creation and make inventions and progression and everything else like that, it was all by men.
You guys
Like-
birthed the kids.
Yeah.
You nurtured
Yeah.
them.
Therefore, we
you
did
held
everything.
the family down.
Yeah.
So you did contribute.
Exactly. So we did everything because we didn't fuck up those kids that made
No,
everything.
not
that
everything.
y'all love.
not
You
everything.
helped the situation.
Yeah.
Everything.
I mean, it's just like, see, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, we live in such a crazy world now where we can't even say things that are true. When I say things like men built society, that's an objective fact. And women get angry at that. When I say men typically are better leaders than women, they get angry at that. When I say men are stronger than women, they get angry at that. So it's not until some dude decides to cut his dick off, take testosterone suppressants, you know, go into the NCAA and swim as a woman, and he absolutely beats the shit out of them, that they realize, maybe we might not want to let these transgenders in here, right?
That's crazy.
Because it's the
Crazy
truth.
example.
Like, they're absolutely destroying y'all, and he's suppressed. It's not even a full-fledged man. That guy, the dude that's #1 right now for swimming with women, right?
Yeah.
He was ranked like 500th.
Yeah.
And then he transgenders around and takes suppressants and all this other shit. He's literally 30% of what he used to be, smacking the shit out of all these women.
and
Y'all suck at everything. That's the truth.
But you know what's funny? Now,
Damn, he says everything.
What if they trained really hard?
Y'all suck at everything of real consequence when it comes to physicality and creation. That's an objective
But you know what's
fact.
crazy?
You look at inventors, creators, etc. All men.
but now they want him out of there. They want him gone because he's beating all the women.
But have they taken a statement from them saying that,
No.
like,
They came together and said, hey, we need him out because he's literally destroying all of our qualifications because they work so hard and they still lose.
wasn't there a lawsuit? Is there a
Exactly. They're
conclusion?
now suing the association because they're like, how is he allowed to be in here and dominating us? Because you want equality, you got it, now you don't want no more.